Okay, today we are talking about the 4 tips of what you need to do if you've ever thought about being a business broker. So I'm going to let you start with step 1.
Well, ultimately, you have to have enough money to last you a year, especially if you're going to go to any other business broker besides Canzell, because you're going to have enough money to generate leads, to be able to learn, train, figure out everything you need to know to be able to sell a business. And that takes a long time. But we're going to shorten that with what we do in our training, the providing of leads, the providing of a CRM, and a whole system that streamlines the whole buyer process to get the right buyers filtered through and ready for you.
Yeah, so step 1 is have enough runway. Like, you have to have some money saved, seriously. You don't want to go into business brokerage thinking, I need to make money this Friday or next month, because you might not be able to quite that fast.
And what's really important is you can't go in here part-time, because if you go in here with only a little bit of time, able to access information and to grow and to build your business, you're going to have limited success, if any.
Yeah, so you might spend months trying to find that. Again, this is if you don't go with Canzell Business Brokers. If you do, it's a little bit different story. But if you go with any other business broker, then you might spend months finding sellers, getting listings, talking to buyers, negotiating deals, dealing with financing, due diligence. I mean, there's a lot to it. So, and all of that, and you haven't even made $1 yet, right? So suddenly one closes and you could make 50, 100, or even 200,000 on one transaction, but you have to have enough money to make it through till you get there.
Yeah, so ultimately, if you're doing this and you're trying to do it part-time, you don't have enough time to be able to work on the buyer schedule. So make sure that when you're setting up your time, you're going in and setting up a schedule that allows you to be available when buyers are available to look at the business.
Yeah, so we don't love having part-time people, because think about a business owner. They're selling something that they have spent 10, 20, 30 years building, and they don't want to hear, sorry, I'm at my other job. Can I call you later tonight? Like, that's just, you don't want to hear that.
Speed to a lead. You got to be able to get back to them quickly, because their attention moves on to something else. So you have to get in there, get them answers to their questions while they're looking at it, because they may start looking at other businesses, which is limiting the availability for you to sell the business for your seller.
Yeah, so buyers don't operate around your other work schedule. So when a deal is happening, you have to be available. So step 2, you want to learn the language.
If you don't know what SDE is, seller discretionary earnings, then you're going to have a hard time being able to communicate with somebody that's buying or selling a business.
Yeah, so do you know what EBITDA is, right? Do you know what revenue is? Do you know what gross profit is? Do you know how to calculate cash flow? Do you know what working capital is? Accounts receivable. So all of these terms, do you know how to read a balance sheet? Do you know how to really dig into a P&L and figure out what add backs are, right? You don't need to be a CPA, but we're going to teach you what all these terms are.
Yeah, so somebody that comes from finance, accounting, banking, real estate, or M&A, this is a great fit for you, because you're already going to know a lot of these terms.
Yeah, so even in real estate, like, you understand contracts and all of that. So one of the things that we do is we actually can do, every seller needs something called a professional CIM, which is a confidential information memorandum, and also an evaluation on what their business is actually worth. The good news is we teach you how to do it, and we can actually just do it for you. So it makes that process super simple, because we have a full team that can do it. We teach you how to qualify buyers. How do you market confidentially? How do you navigate the LOI? What do you need to do? What are the steps for due diligence, finance, closing? So all of that is in, we have a platform called the Canzell portal, and that literally you can see everything. So when you need contracts, you click on contracts. You need to find out a due diligence form, all of the documents, systems, transaction support. We have a full team that can handle every single piece, so you don't have to worry about it.
And we're walking you through this. So we're here, we're available to guide you through those businesses. We actually do a mentor all the way through your first 4 transactions. So we help you take that business from start to finish on the first 4 transactions. But we have other ways that you can get educated as well. So tell them about that.
Yeah, and so one other thing, just so you know, every state is different, and we have contracts that are already written and already documented, but every state is different. So you do want to have a qualified attorney review the documents. So as far as education, we do live weekly trainings every single week. We have a whole list of trainings that we have that we've done from before, from live trainings. We are also part of something called the IBBA, which is the International Business Brokers Association. And then there's also regional associations that we can get you into. And we have so many contract trainings to really get you up to snuff. So now step 3, which is get your first listing.
And I think this is where people get stuck, because ultimately you're trying to find someone that's looking to sell a business and you've just gotten into the business. But what we found is we have the ability to generate a ton of people looking to sell their business, and they trust us and they're coming to us.
Yeah, and I think that some people just keep learning. They just want to learn and learn and learn. And at some point, it's like stop learning, and you have to do it. Because when you actually do it, that's when you learn. And that's why we walk you through the first 4 transactions side by side, doing it with you. We give you the seller lead, walk through the whole thing with you. It's awesome.
Yeah, so ultimately you can't keep just watching YouTube videos and think you're gonna learn. You're gonna have to dive in there and you're gonna have to start reaching out to people and making contact. Now we have people you can make contact with. Obviously you can generate those people reaching out to you as well, so you're gonna have to be able to get in front of those people. So
yeah, so you can do networking events, obviously talk to other business attorneys to see if they have people. Financial advisors are really good. Going to business owners, like actually going to businesses, walking around, handing them, hey, right now, if you've ever thought about selling, we've got a plethora of buyers. And that is true. You can say that from day one because we have thousands of people already in our database that have said, I want an HVAC business, I want a roofing business, I want a funeral business. So when you say, I've got a plethora of buyers ready to buy your business, that is the absolute truth.
And that network is really one of the reasons why we built Canzell and why we did it differently. We built this around a platform that allows us to take any seller that's looking to sell their business and market it to all of the buyers that we have in our network.
Yeah, and if you want to try to do it on your own, it really can be a nightmare because, think about it. You've got to learn how to do Facebook ads. Even if you know how to do Facebook ads, you have to figure out how to target business owners, and that is a totally different breed than looking for some other field. Like if you're in real estate and you used to track home buyers, then your whole Facebook algorithm that you have is not going to be targeting the right people. You've got to switch gears. So it's just everything. When you work with us, we literally give you a business brokerage in a box to get started right away.
Yeah, and so ultimately, once you take one of these sellers, you get it to the market, and now you've sold it, you're going to realize that that's going to spawn off to many more transactions. But that's why it's so key to get this going right away.
And we also connect you with all of our people that we already know, like all of our business attorneys, our CPAs, all of our connections. You'll get to be with all of those SBA lenders. Like we have SBA lenders that will literally help you get the business SBA approved so we can get it closed in 30 days or less.
Which is a huge advantage to you, and it's a huge advantage to the buyer, and it's a huge advantage to the seller. So getting that packaged and put it together is a big way of making money movement to get that sale done.
Okay, so step 4 is never stop learning, right? Because we've been in the business for a long time. We've sold tons of businesses. We know a ton. But guess what? Markets change, deals change, multiples change, financing change. AI is coming into the picture. So things are different for every industry.
Yeah, and ultimately you need to know that a restaurant is different than a SaaS company, right? They're gonna have a different multiple, they're gonna have a different way that they do business, they're gonna have a different way they get customers, so all of that's gonna matter. You really have to understand that to be able to keep going, and to do that you have to keep learning.
Like you said, like a construction company is different than a medical practice, right? A $500,000 business is different than a $10 million business. So an SBA buyer is different than someone who's got cash, or a private equity buyer. So you have to keep learning about all the different things, and every deal you do. That's the thing about working with us, is we have so much experience, and our team has a lot of experience. We've got one guy on our team who's got 30 years of experience, right? So he's even teaching us things, today that are really like cool things that we haven't maybe seen. So we have systems that take the deal from an NDA to a buyer qualification to an LOI to due diligence and ultimately totally to closing.
Right, so what you're looking at, we don't really just have somebody that's running a course, right? What we're doing is we're putting together a network of people and things you're going to learn as you're growing, and you're never going to stop learning. We're going to keep sharpening each other and getting better.
Yeah, so you don't just need an operating system, which we give you. You need leads, you need appointments, you need marketing, you need documents, you need training, you need systems, and you need people. So it's like there's so many things, and the good news is we offer all of it.
Yeah, so if somebody's watching this video and they say, hey, I want to be a business broker, tell them, what's the 4 steps that they need to learn?
All right, so number 1, you want to build your runway. Have enough money earned that you're not desperate. And in the training phase, we're fine with you having another source of income for the first couple of months, like maybe first 2. That's fine while we're training you and getting you going. But I will say the people who dive in head first and already have some money in the bank and have a few months, they always do best. Number 2 is learn the language. Number 3 is get your first listing, which we can help with. And then number 4 is just never stop learning.
And I'll add one more thing. Don't try and do it yourself. There's no reason to try and build this business on your own. It gets lonely, it gets tough, you don't have all the answers. Working together is really a key to your success.
And we've got so many businesses coming to us. We've got the buyers, we've got the sellers, and then you get us. So it's like, what more do they want? I mean, come on.
Let's go.
So you need someone that you trust and who can walk along hand in hand and do it together.